Design center, a flow in which for each component is used. The rounded rectangles are cards. Here you can see this this diagram represent the flow in which for each component is used. The rounded rectangles are cards. For each component is for processing each element in a collection serially, and then proceeding in a flow with the original payload that was passed to for each component. A card uses the payload of a flow for each component. The payloads consist of a collection of elements. For each component divides the collection into separate elements. It then sends each element serially to the first component connector or module that is in its scope. Each element is treated as a payload within the scope. So if a connector within a scope is configured to act on a payload or uses a script to process payload, the payload is not the payload that the for each component received, but the element that the component is processing. 3. After the final element is processed, for each component passes the payload that it received from the previous card to the next card in the flow. For the next card in the flow receive the same payload that the for each component received, and the flow continues. Here you can see a card is connected to for each component via payload, and for each is connected to this card here via in scope payload, and for each component is connected to this card via payload. Now this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much for watching it.